Okay, so it's Sunday morning, and as you may already know, pretty much every Sunday I go down and do this 4-mile trail by my house. I live in the Seattle area, and so I like to start my Sundays with this trail because Sunday I do alternate day fasting also, and so Sunday is one of my fasting days. I fast on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. And so I like to do this trail to kind of start my day on my fast day. It kind of helps me like be in the mindset of I'm not eating today, so it's a good way to start. And so, but this is how I start my Sundays. This is how I start my week. Is that like I need Sundays to be ready and be prepared for the week to come. And in this week in the life of a law firm owner, I got quite a bit going on this week. So I will be taking you with me throughout the week to my physical. I have like a home office, but I also have like a brick and mortar office. So we'll be going there, doing consults. I've got a few things going on Tuesday. Wednesday I have a full day CLE on estate planning updates. Thursday I have a court hearing by phone. Haven't been in person to court in a really long time. I have for some random one-off things, but not like we used to do. And so yeah, I will take you through the week and kind of show you the life of a law firm owner and what a week looks like, for me. And if you own a law firm, if you are a lawyer and a mom, and you'll kind of get to see the juggling of all the things that I do and that you probably do as well. So yeah, I'll take you along with me and we'll see how this week goes. All right, I'll see you later. Okay, so we are doing week in the life, and so this is Monday. It's like 11 o'clock. I kind of got a late start. I meant to leave my house by 10 o'clock. I didn't leave until like 10:30, but that's okay. My first appointment's not till 12. I usually don't have any appointments until 11 or later. And so this morning, got up, got ready, kids are off to school, some laundry going, dishes going, answering some, this is my daughter made that for me in preschool, and it's been hanging up ever since. So she's in middle school now. Yeah, so worked for my home office, did some emails and stuff this morning. Not really any substantive legal work, just kind of answering emails and answering questions my paralegal and stuff like that. So just left QOC to grab some lunch for today. I had to drop off some returns at the UPS store, so just wrapped up there. So heading down to the office. I live very close to my office, which is really nice, and so I can get to my office in about 5 minutes or so. So the grocery store and UPS store are a few minutes north of my office, so just heading back down the street to my office to get in for the day. So today I have 2 appointments, 2 new consultations, but I've got a bit of legal work to get done, and so we're gonna work through that. I've got this case in a county that I don't practice in, and so their processes for their filings and stuff are a little bit different than what we're used to here in my county. So me and my paralegal are getting that figured out and getting those filings in today. And then I've probably got a few cases to review, some documents to review, and just kind of get caught up on some legal work, some probate stuff I need to. We have quite a few probates. So my practice areas are real estate, bankruptcy, and estate planning. And since COVID, my bankruptcy practice has been way down, but my estate planning and probate has skyrocketed. And so, I mean, thank goodness I have more than one practice area, because if I only did bankruptcy, I'd really be struggling probably. I know quite a few attorneys who only do bankruptcy and are really having a hard time because the filings just aren't there. There weren't any foreclosures, there weren't any garnishments, creditors weren't pursuing, there was quite a bit of code relief funds, and so, I mean, it's a good thing that people don't need a bankruptcy, right? But if you're a bankruptcy attorney, then it's you're kind of really feeling it these past 2 years. So, so a lot of probate work. Probate is not my favorite thing to do. I don't really love it, but we've been doing quite a bit of it. And so that's been really keeping us busy this past 2 years during COVID. So And here we are. Here is my office. We're just pulling up. So yeah, very close. Everything's really close. My kids' school is a few minutes away as well. So it's just nice to be close to, oh my gosh. Sorry. This necklace really is kind of long, so it really swings, but I just love it. Like, she made it in preschool. It has some random beads, random letters on it. It doesn't make any kind of sense, but it just is the cutest thing ever. So, so yeah, so just pulling into the parking lot, gonna get parked and then head on in, and I'll check in with you when I'm in the office. Yeah. All right, bye. Okay, so we're at my office. Just kind of got all settled in. It's like 11 o'clock. So not super late. I'm gonna eat some lunch really quick, and then I've got a few appointments. So Mondays are appointments day, but it's usually virtual, sometimes in person appointments. And then Thursdays are signing days, where me and my paralegal are here to do signings with clients for wills and things like that. So I'm usually only in the office on Mondays and Thursdays, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, and Fridays I'm working from home most days. So I do have a brick and mortar office. I've kept it through the pandemic. I really enjoy having one. I like having a place to come to. When it comes to working from home, I mean, I can get the work done, but I'm much more productive when I actually come to the office. You know, when you're at home, there's always dishes, there's always laundry, there's always things to do, the dog's at home, and all the things. So I come in usually twice a week, and then my paralegal also comes in twice a week. She comes in on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then she works from home Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. And so yes, I'm gonna get through these calls, these appointments. I'm gonna take care of a few probates that I need to work on, and I think I mentioned that earlier, and then this real estate matter I need to wrap up. I'm gonna do that and probably head out of here around 3 or 3:30 today, so I won't be in the office very long. I usually don't work a full like 8+ hour work day. I'm usually, if I do a 6-hour work day, like, that's a long day for me. So but I work about 25 hours a week. That's intentional on my part. That's been what one of my primary goals in opening my own law firm and going out on my own, is to be able to work more efficiently and to do more in less time. And so usually Mondays are like a 10 to 4, somewhere in that range as far as what I work. So this morning, I did a bunch of emails this morning for about a half hour or so, and then had a break, finished getting myself ready, went to the store, went to the UPS store for some returns, and now I'm at the office. I'll get through some appointments, then I'll head out around 3 o'clock, get home. Kids will be home from school, make dinner. I like to try to eat around 4 o'clock if we can, depending on the day. So and then I have tennis lessons tonight at 6 o'clock, so I'll be heading down to those. So that's where we are for today, and I'll check in with you later. All right, bye. All right, finished up work, leaving the office now for today. It's still Monday. It's 3:40. I actually stayed longer than I thought I would. I thought I would leave around 3 o'clock, but that's okay. Again, my husband's off on Mondays, so he picks up the kiddos from school on Mondays. And so I'm wrapping up. I'm gonna head home. I'm gonna get dinner going, and dinner tonight will be a HelloFresh. I love having HelloFresh. We do it 3 days a week. It kind of helped me like not have to worry about dinner and what we're having for dinner and trying to plan those meals. So we'll do that. Hopefully eat around 4:30, and then I have tennis tonight at 6. So I have tennis practice at 6 o'clock on Monday, so I'm gonna go do that. It's kind of hard on a Monday evening. I wish it wasn't on Monday evenings, but that's when it is. And so sorry everybody, you died. So I thought I had my battery charged. Clearly I did not. So heading home, finished up work. It's about 3:40. I was saying I'm gonna make dinner, HelloFresh. I have tennis tonight, and while it's kind of inconvenient to have tennis on a Monday evening, those are the kind of things that you really have to try to prioritize for yourself, to do the things that you want to do and that are important to you. Oh my gosh, you're crooked. Oh well, it's okay. To do the things that are important to you and that matter to you. And so You know, I would say probably 3-4+ years ago, I wouldn't have thought of going to tennis on a Monday night. But, you know, I think I have finally learned that it's okay to be a priority in my own life, whereas before I was not, and I didn't think that was okay. I didn't, I guess, give myself that permission to be a priority in my own life. And so, you know, and now my kids are 9 and 11. They're not babies anymore, right? So I can leave them home. You know, my husband's home, make sure they get showers and do homework, and I can usually trust that that will get done. That when I get back from tennis, I'll be home, you know, 7:15 or whatever it may be, that they will have taken their showers, that homework will be done. And so some of that has just come with time as my kids have gotten older. But then also a lot of it has come from me figuring out that I can be a priority in my own life. I can make myself a priority in my own life. And if I don't make myself a priority, who else is going to make me a priority? Like, right? I mean, if you don't do it for yourself, then who else will? When it comes to, you know, your personal life, when it comes to your work life, when it comes to being a priority at work and having boundaries with clients and employees at work, if you don't do it, if you break your own boundaries, if you don't follow your own priorities, then nobody else is going to either. So that's my PSA for this video. Making yourself a priority. Figure out what's important to you. You know, and I don't know if I'd call it self-care. I guess it is. I think self-care is like this big, like a feel-good, you know, term that people say. But I just think it's like carving out time for yourself to do what's important to you and being your own priority. That's how I would define self-care. How can you be a priority in your own life? Making sure that gets done, whatever that may be. If it's, you know, the spa and nails, massage, whatever. If it's going to tennis on a Monday night, if it's getting in your, you know, your workouts, whatever it may be, just be your own number one. You have to be number one. You can't be number 5, number 10 on your list of priorities. Even with kids, even with having a spouse, I have to be number one so I can be there for them. So I can be my best self and being there for them. Because in years past, when I wasn't my own number one, I was not my best for my family. I just wasn't. And same with like clients. If and your employees, like if you're not number one, then how can you be there for employees? How can you be there for clients? How can you be there for anybody else if you're not going to be there for yourself? I don't know. That's just how I feel about it. So, all right. So I'm going to get home, get this dinner going, get ready for tennis, and call it a wrap on Monday. It was a pretty good Monday. I really didn't have a lot of fires to put out. Well, that's always good because you know how it is Monday morning. There's always a bunch of fires put out. Today was pretty good actually, and got the things done that I knew I needed to get done that were on my get this shit done today list, right? So I think I was telling you before, I had some probate stuff. I had this real estate filing I had to get done. And so got those things done. And that always feels good, right? When you have things on your to-do list and you actually get them done and you get to check those boxes. See, we use Asana, me and my team. And so when I get to check that off my Asana list, it's like, yes, that is off my list. It's off my plate. It feels real good, right? So, all right. Okay. Now that's it for this video, and I'll see you later. All right, I missed yesterday. I'm sorry. I don't know where Tuesday went, but it's not Friday. It's Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, and I completely just missed yesterday. But that's okay. If I do every day, the video will be really, really long, and nobody wants to watch a 30 or 40 minute video. Nobody has time for that. I can't stand it when a video is that long. So. All right, it's Wednesday. Today I had a full day CLE on Zoom, which is just the worst. But it was a really good CLE. So I have to give it to the that team that created that CLE and the agenda. So it was for estate planning, and they covered estate planning, and they had a drafting workshop and taxes and just all kinds of considerations. I took a lot of notes. It was really, really good. So I'm glad I attended, but it was just like, damn, 8 hours on Zoom is real exhausting. So I have finished that. Then I had a little break afterwards. So it's about 6 o'clock now. So that finished we finished around 4:45, something like that. So I need to swing by my office, which is, again, like I told you, just like not even 10 minutes from my house. Like usually 5, but at 6 o'clock, I'm not sure. I mean, I say traffic, but it's not really traffic, but it gets a little congested on this main drag here. So we'll see. But it should only be like 7 minutes to get there, something like that. But whatever. I gotta go grab a few things, and then I'm gonna pick up my kids. So my kids are at my in-laws. So my kids go to my in-laws after school on Wednesdays and Fridays, which is a huge lifesaver. And so if you're like me and you're, working mom, and as you know, I'm an attorney, I own a law firm, and so having help just like nearby is like a lifesaver. I don't know how I would do it without having family around. So my parents live in town, my in-laws live in town, and so my in-laws pick up my kids on Wednesdays and Fridays, and usually my husband picks them up on his way home from work, visits with his parents for a little while, and then comes home. But he had to work late tonight, so I'm going to pick them up after I swing by work. So I'm going to pick them up, and because my husband's working late tonight, I'm not cooking dinner. So I will probably swing through a teriyaki shop or something like that. Sounds good. We haven't had teriyaki in a while. Oh, you know what I did do yesterday? Okay, I will tell you what I did yesterday. So a little bit of work the first half of the day, and then I had a lunch meeting around at 12:30 at a Greek restaurant here in town, and with a couple of attorneys that I never met before, but from one of the big downtown Seattle firms. And I was just like, what is this about? One of them I know because we're on a board together, but we've never met. I've only been on a board since we've been in the pandemic life, so I've never met him. And so and then he brought somebody else along, and I was just like, what's going on? Because I think you will find, and I have found, since being out on my own, I have been approached by quite a few mid to larger firms wanting to see what you're doing, see what you're about. And I've had a few discussions about coming on board with other law firms. The only thing about that is that they don't want you to be of counsel or keep your firm. They want you to close your shop up and merge with them. And I just feel like I worked so hard. I bust my ass to open my own law firm, and I didn't believe in myself that I could actually do it for so long. And now that I'm here and doing it and killing it, might I say, the thought of closing down my law firm is just devastating, because this is my third child, right? This baby is 6 years old now. So I didn't know what the intention was with the lunch, but it was really good. They were super cool. We all do bankruptcy work, but they do, if you know anything about bankruptcy, so I do Chapter 7 and Chapter 13s for individuals. I have some business owners, but we're usually dealing just with the personal bankruptcies. And they do larger Chapter 11s for big corporations, and they do receiverships. And so what the bottom line was, the behind the lunch, was seeing if I'd be willing to come on board possibly with some of their cases. So, and I've never done an 11 in my life. So I was like, why me? I have no Chapter 11 experience. I'm honored, I'm flattered, but why? And apparently there aren't a lot of attorneys who do this kind of work, which I knew. But apparently for Chapter 11s, you have the big corporation filing, and then the individual you know, owner, the majority owner of the corporation also needs advice from a disinterested party, a disinterested attorney from the firm handling the corporation's Chapter 11. And so they're looking, you know, to partner with other attorneys to fill that position and to, you know, counsel the individuals as the corporation's going through the bankruptcy. These are pretty big cases, and I think that a lot of the big firms have conflicts, right? Because they all representing all these corporate clients, and so they're conflicted out, and so they're looking for I guess more smaller firms to fill these roles of advising these corporate clients. And so I'm certainly interested, and it sounds like I would have some mentorship, and you know, I've never done a Chapter 11, so that was pretty that was very informative, and it was a really nice lunch, and it was great to meet them both. They invited me to join them at an event in June, so I want to go to that and meet, you know, some other people in their firm, and it's a bankruptcy event, so, and it's in person, yay! And so, but yeah, that was really good. And then after I did that, I had to scurry off because I had my Botox appointment. So I get Botox in my forehead for these my 11s. You can do the Botox every 3 months, but I don't want to do it every 3 months. So I'm like every 6 months. Like I don't want to do too much. And so I got it yesterday. It usually takes about 3, 4, 5 days for it to kind of like set up. So I will insert a picture maybe here of yesterday when I was at the appointment making my frowny face, which I have on 24/7 in my 11s. And then so now I will show you. I can kind of make them now, but that's as much as you're going to get. And then I'm not close up enough, but this eyelid I feel is droopy. And so we did 2 units under this eyebrow. We did 1 unit last time and I couldn't see a difference. We did 2 units under this brow to see if that would kind of help pick it up. So I'm hoping that it does what it's supposed to do and that it understands the assignment. And so we will see. So I did that in the afternoon. And so yeah, so we are at my office. I don't know, that was like 7-8 minutes, right? So, so yeah, I did that, and then that was a wrap on yesterday. I was done working yesterday, and so yeah, today I had the full day CLE. So tomorrow I'll be back here at my office. I have some client signings that I need to do. I have a court hearing in the morning by phone. Oh, that's Mrs. Mealis. That's my daughter's old principal. There is an ale house next door to my office. And it's pretty popping sometimes. So it's packed right now. So, okay. So that's what I did today. That's what I did yesterday. And I will check in with you on Thursday and on Friday. I guess Saturday, because I also checked in on Sunday, kind of the start of my week. And if you know, I do alternate day fasting. So today was an eating day. And so when I went to my lunch yesterday, I did break my fast for my lunch. So I did like an OMAD yesterday where I just ate lunch. The 1 meal a day is what OMAD stands for. And so I did that yesterday. So I had lunch at the Greek restaurant and I didn't eat the rest of the day. So I had my regular, you know, meals today. And then tomorrow I'll be fasting. And then Friday's a feast day. And then Saturday, I don't know what I'm doing on Saturday. So, I think we're gonna go see Bad Guys. My kids wanna go see Bad Guys. We saw the new Sonic movie last weekend. And then, so I think this Saturday they wanna go see Bad Guys. We see a lot of movies, they love it. You know, they're 9 and 11. My daughter, who's 11, she'll be 12 in like 2 weeks. So, and we're going to Great Wolf Lodge for that. We're gonna skip school, skip work for a few days and go do that. Don't tell anybody. And so yeah. I'll see you for the rest of the week, and then we'll wrap up on Saturday. All right, have a good one. Okay, so I just left the office. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So let's see, what did I do today? Took the kids to school this morning. I had a court hearing, but it was by phone. So it actually was at 9 o'clock, and my son's drop-off is at 8:55, but it was a telephonic hearing. It wasn't on Zoom, thank goodness. So I was just on the phone and listening and waiting for anything to be called, or my client's name to be called, I should say. And it's a bankruptcy hearing. So if you do bankruptcy, it's a 341 hearing. So it's a pretty easy hearing. And we're doing them by phone permanently, it sounds like. So I did that this morning, and then I did my 4-mile trail. And so I think I've shared that there's a 4-mile trail by my house that I like to do. And so especially on my fasting day, so today's a fasting day for me, and so I do alternate day fasting, and so I like to do that trail in the morning to kind of just help me mentally be ready for a fasting day. And so I did that, and then went back home, got myself together, because I knew I had to come to the office to meet a few clients in person. So I had to like get it together and look like a lawyer, right? So went to the office, a paralegal was there, we did that, signed documents on a probate to wrap up that probate, had another real estate matter that I was talking to a client about. And so I did that, reviewed some documents, some pleadings and stuff, and so got that work done. And so now I've got to go up to the post office to mail something out that I need to make sure actually goes out today. So I'm going to do that. Then I need to go to the bank, I need to make a few deposits. Even though we use LawPay and have our payments, usually go through LawPay. Some clients still send in checks, and that's fine. And so I'm gonna swing by the bank and make that deposit, because for some reason I cannot do mobile deposits on my business account, and I think it's just like some kind of setting or something. And so I bank with KeyBank for the business operating account. My IOLTA is at US Bank. I keep them separate. If you are wondering at all if you should have your IOLTA and operating at the same bank, the answer is no. Like, don't do it. Different banks. You never want that teller to make a mistake and to do something incorrectly and mix up your operating and your IOLTA. And I've heard of that happening. And so that's scared me enough to where I've just decided, like, nope, I am going to keep them separate, even though it's kind of inconvenient. I keep them separate. And so, the point of what I'm saying is that I can't do a mobile deposit on my business account for KeyBank, but I can do mobile deposits on my trust account at US Bank, and I can do mobile deposits at KeyBank for my personal account. I think I need to call them and just figure out some kind of setting change to be able to do mobile deposits on my business account. I haven't done that yet, but I need to, because who wants to go to the ATM? Like, it's on my way home, but it's still an inconvenience. So I've got 3 checks here to deposit, so I'm gonna do that and then go home, and I'm gonna hurry up and make dinner early. I like to eat around 4 anyways, but I need to do so because my son starts soccer tonight at 5 o'clock, and this is his first day of soccer practice. He hasn't done soccer since pre-COVID, so he doesn't love soccer, but I think, with friends being there, I think he'll have a good time. And it's a nice day to be playing soccer outside, so that's good. So I need to get home and get dinner made for them so they can eat and his stomach can have like settled or whatever before it's time to head over to soccer. So he has soccer practice from 5 to 6, and then my daughter has Girl Scouts tonight from 7 to 8. And so I think we'll all go to Bubby's soccer practice. My husband has a half day today, so he'll be there. And then I think we'll all go home, and then just me and my daughter will go to Girl Scouts tonight. So that's the plan for the rest of the day today and what I'm doing. Again, fasting for today, so I won't be having dinner. And I told you I got Botox. I think I showed you yesterday, kind of. So it's getting better. Like, I can't make the frowny like 11s anymore. So that's what I do it for, is to get rid of the 11s. And also I personally feel like this eyelid's a little droopy, and so we did 2 units in it. We'll see. I don't think it's really working yet. So but I usually give it like 4 or 5 days to really kind of like set up. So I got it done on Tuesday. Today's Thursday, so it's only been 2 days. We'll see. But the forehead's looking great. Love it. I think once you get Botox, you're kind of hooked on it. Like, how could I ever go back to not having it? I don't know. So But yeah, so that's it for today. I think we'll do a check-in tomorrow. I have not a lot of legal work to do, but my son's school has a walkathon that I told him I would go to, even though he told me he's gonna leave me anyways at the walkathon, so I don't even know why I'm going, but I'm gonna go. And then I got tennis practice, and then birthday dinner with friends, not for me, for one of the friends. So that will be good. So, but yeah. So all right, that's a wrap up on what I did today and what I still need to do today. And so I'll see you in the next one. All right, we made it to Friday. We are here at my home office where it's a catastrophe, as it has been for like a year. So let's see, this morning I had a quick Zoom with some colleagues. We're all bankruptcy attorneys, we're moms, we have our own law firms, and so just kind of, you know, we try to meet once a month. We don't always do it, but we try to meet once a month over Zoom just to kind of support each other and help each other out, you know, troubleshoot our cases and just kind of be there for each other. So I had that this morning. Had a quick waxing appointment after that, ran to the grocery store to get a few things, came back home, caught up on emails. Now I am going through and working on some videos. So I have a YouTube channel for my law firm where I just talk about like FAQs, like each video is a different FAQ on my practice areas. I keep them between like 5 and 10 minutes long. 10 is kind of long, like probably five to like 8 minutes. Which I highly advise that if you're looking for a way to increase, like, you know, your marketing and visibility for your law firm, having a YouTube channel, not for the purpose of having all these subscribers, but as a way to get content out to people and your potential clients. So, and it works. So I have people who will call, and because they saw a YouTube video about, you know, LLCs or bankruptcy or real estate, and it's kind of funny. So like when I get on the phone with someone, if, you know, if we're on the phone, they can't see me, right? And they'll be like, "Are you the attorney on the YouTube?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Like they think it's pretty cool. And so I mean that's cool. So but it's a way for you to connect with your audience before you've even had a consultation with them, and to kind of build that know, like, and trust factor, again, before you've even met with them. And so you're starting to develop that relationship with them, especially if they're just finding you online. Like, if no matter what your practice area is, there's a bunch of other attorneys in your area who do what you do, right? You have a bit of competition. And if they're not referred to you by someone, then they may not have a strong pull to want to necessarily use you, right? If someone's referred to me, like, they're going to use me. They're looking for me. But if they're just Googling and there's a whole bunch of attorneys, you know, who pop up, you know, they're going to go with, you know, maybe the first one who responds, or who has the lowest price, or, you know, whatever the reason may be for them. But if you are ahead of your competition because you've put out video content and they've watched your videos, they, you know, like your personality that comes through, they feel like they've connected with you before even talking to you, you're going to have that one up over your competition. So I'd recommend it. I know you could feel like uncomfortable doing YouTube videos, but it doesn't have to be fancy. You know, you can use your phone. I try to not use my phone. I actually have a camera that I use. But it's a great way to get in front of your potential client, to have content for your website. So I have like video thumbnails like on my website talking about my different practice areas and answering questions, and people really like it. So a quick suggestion. So I'm working through getting some of those posted and scheduled out. I try to do them once a week, as I do for this channel, and doing the thumbnails and getting those all lined up for the next few weeks. So I don't have to worry about it. So I'm going to do that today. I'm eating, well, I have lunch here. I haven't eaten it yet. So it's tomato soup and goldfish crackers. Don't laugh. I feel like a kid, like legit goldfish crackers, like dumped into my tomato soup. I feel like I'm 5 when I eat it, but it's the best lunch ever. I love it. So I'm gonna wrap that up today. It's about you know, an early afternoon, so I'm gonna get that done, and then I'll be done, and that'll be a wrap on my Friday. So You know, you tagged along for a week in a life, and nothing spectacular, nothing amazing, right? But you know, it just kind of shows, you know, kind of what my schedule looks like, and, you know, juggling, you know, being a mom and running a household and running a law firm and dealing with clients, and just kind of all the things that come along with that. So if you're recently started a law firm, if you want to start a law firm, there's some other videos that, you know, I'll share below that kind of talk about that process and kind of my tips and suggestions on how to go about doing so. So that wraps us up for the week. I hope you've had an amazing week and have a great weekend, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.